Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, right. Hey everybody, this is Juan at Kickstarter.com. And we are here at an Edition Boutique talking with Dwyane Wade. We're talking about the launch of the Li-Ning Wade 4. Wade 4. It's a little bit of alliteration there. It's a little bit. Yeah, man. So I guess the biggest question for me has been, this is your fourth signature shoe with Li-Ning. And you've been with the brand for quite a bit of time. Has it been everything that you thought it would be?
It was a different process than I was used to, and I kind of had to get used to it. And in my first year was so fast, man. Like from, signing with them and having to come out with a shoe before the season started. It was real fast. And then the next 3 years was kind of about them kind of understanding me, kind of getting to the point where they was comfortable with what I wanted to do. And I think now at the WoW 4 is that we kind of at that point where, all of us are excited about, this shoe and then what the future holds.
Yeah. Has there been any difficulties that you maybe didn't encounter along the way?
Yeah, different consumer base from China and the States. So, at the end of the day, it's a China-based shoe company. And, some of the things that, it's relevant and cool here, and the way we think about things here is a little different than the way they do and think about things. So, it's just kind of getting through that and understanding that. And it took a while for all of us to kind of, both Li-Ning and both Wade, to kind of understand that we're dealing with two different consumers, but we're dealing with one consumer in the sense of being a sneaker game. And we have to, we have to get to the point where they understand and respect, kind of where we're going and what we're doing and liking what we're doing. And I think our fan base will continue to grow.
Like when you talk about the difference between the China shoe market and the American shoe market, is that colorways? Is that materials? Is that price?
Yeah, some of it. Well, it's all those things. So, but the biggest thing is obviously one is price.
Yeah.
And when you first start off, one is color. So when I first did my first line with them, that's what they came to expect from me. Mm-hmm. And then once you start throwing different things at them, even the company is it's a little nervous because, China consumers they get comfortable with something and they like to stay with it. They don't like a lot of change.
Right.
And you know how we are over here. It's all about change over here.
It's all about next week. Man.
Right. What's next? So in a sense, it's kind of just, getting my fans in China to understand how I am. And telling that story about me and how I like to change and what I like to wear and once they get to understand that, then they start to become a little bit more comfortable, with knowing that, okay, this is how Dwyane does it, and now they kind of getting it on and kind of prepared for it now.
Right. So when you first signed with Li-Ning years back, did you ever think of yourself as a trailblazer? Because when you first signed, I thought this is going to change things. Somebody in their prime is signing with a Chinese shoe brand, and then we're going to see other players do the same thing. Mm-hmm. It hasn't really worked out that way. I mean, we've seen guys like Klay Thompson, Dwight Howard move over to Chinese shoe brands. But did you ever see yourself as I'm leading the charge in a way?
That's not why I did it. I didn't do it to lead a charge and say, hey, follow me.
Yeah.
It's more so about this is what I want to do, and this is what's best for me, in the sense of being an athlete who wants to more control of his brand, something that has his name on it. Everyone doesn't want that, and I was just one that, at that time I say I've done it this way for so long and this has been great, but, I wanted to do it a different way, and Li-Ning, gave me that opportunity to do that. So I think I showed to, the kids and everything. I was with the coolest brand in the world, right, with the Jordan brand, but it wasn't about just being, the cool factor for me. It was about really, getting to a point where I was able to, kind of speak my mind, in a sense, and kind of, speak a little bit more to our fans, and kind of now get to the point where I can give them the things that they want to see. And, who knows? Jordan's going to be ultra successful no matter if Dwyane's there or not.
Right.
It doesn't matter. More so than anything for me, it was about building a legacy for myself and doing something that I felt good about.
Yeah. When you talk about control over over your brand over Li-Ning, does that also include guys who sign with the brand? Udonis Haslem has been a Li-Ning guy for a while, and I say I do the Kicks recaps on Kicks on Fire, what the guys are wearing, and I've seen Gerald Green has started wearing that.
Yeah.
Is that something that you maybe talked to him about, or was that something maybe he did on his own?
Well, the one thing is that sometimes you just got to get get something on somebody, get the product on them, you know. And so with Gerald, I just, you know, when the season started, you know, he didn't have a shoe deal. I say, I'm gonna get, what size you wear? I'm gonna send you some of my shoes.
Really?
He put them on. He's like, yo, I'm wearing them this year. He fell in love with the comfort of them. He hasn't even worn my signature shoe. He's just been wearing my team shoe.
Right.
And when he gets to the point where he wears the signature shoe, he's gonna love it because there's so many colors, so many opportunities that he hasn't had.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when I first started the brand, I have the ability in my brand to sign guys, you know, under my umbrella. So, you know, what I did the first time was like, okay, I want my friends to come over with me. I want guys who I know who believe in the things that I do, and I want them to be a part of it. So, you know, that's when I brought UD and I brought D Wright from Darrell Wright was for peak at the time.
Yeah.
And we started there, and now we're at the point where, you know, we're trying to build from there, and it's about building the brand through other guys. And one day we're gonna, hopefully, we continue to keep going. We land that big fish. We land that guy that can take the brand beyond me. And let's go. I'm looking to it. I'm looking for it, and I want that. I want to land the right athletes for the brand, and you you never know who there's going to be. You know, I had an opportunity to Li-Ning signed with Glenn Robinson III, and I really liked his ability, and I talked to him. I said I want to bring him over to my brand. They allowed me to bring him over, and then now this year I looked at a few guys, and I'm actually signing a guy. We can't say who it is yet, but we're still trying to build, and then one day we're going to build. It's going to be that one athlete that we're going to sign, hopefully, and then he's going to be the one that kind of propel and take the brand beyond my plan. So that's what I want to
You can tell us, man. Give us an exclusive right now.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You guys follow the shoe trend. Y'all will see oh, this guy's wearing Wades. Oh, this guy's wearing Wades. So
yeah, totally.
Yeah, but it's the cool thing is now even with guys that's playing, once they're able to see it, once they have teammates that has it, once they see certain things, they understand that D Wade is doing some cool things, and it's not just about I don't want to wear those cheap China shoes. It's more so about no, D Wade brand is not cheap. D Wade brand is real, and as they continue to see cool things coming out, they'll be more, they'll keep their eye on what's going on. And I like that. When I go out on the court now, guys are commenting yo, I see what y'all doing. That's good. Okay, y'all coming a long way. They say a lot of things, and I just laugh and shake my head, but it's a good thing.
So you still hear that from time to time, though? People kind of giving you a little bit of hard time and everything, and then
not a hard time, but just always looking, always aware. This is what we is in this league. Everyone looks at each other's sneakers, man. Yeah. And if you look around the league, everybody's wearing either LeBron team shoes, or Kobe shoes. It's and then you got a few guys in Under Armour, but it's not a lot of diversity, around. And then so when you see somebody in something different, you're gonna take notice.
At least you're gonna notice it, right?
You're gonna notice it. So now it's just about them noticing, where I'm at the point now with this way forward. They notice it and they're gonna look at it and be like, okay, D Wade over there doing something, and then see other guys in it, and other guys liking it as well, and it just keep growing.
Speaking of the reason why we're actually here, we're here for the Wade 4.
Oh yeah, the Wade 4.
Yeah, that's why we're here actually. But talk about the evolution, because when the Wade 1 came out, it was leather, and then the Wade 2, it was all leather, and now we've just seen that change, and now we've got a mesh upper on the Liberty colorway, and then we've got different stuff here, Was that performance issues wise, or was that you just wanted to change it up? Or
it was time for a change. As I talked about, because like I said, my ears are always to the street. I'm always listening, and to my fans, I see what's going on. So I understand from a performance standpoint and our core basketball fans what they wanted to see, but also understand from a sneaker standpoint, sneakerheads and people who love sneakers as well, that's going to spend the money, to buy them their own money that they go work out and get what they want to see as well, what they like. So for me, it was just about finding that fine line, and I think for the first time, I'm really excited about this sneaker. I wanted something that was breathable. I wanted something that was lighter. I mean, I'm 33 now. I can't just put on anything and jump and move it up and down the court. So I needed something that was going to help me perform better as well. Something that was durable. My shoe is not a flimsy shoe. You're not just going to ball it up and put it in your pocket.
Right.
So it's a durable shoe as well. So all those things comes into play.
Right. So I guess last question. They told me it's the last question. It sucks. But talking about you pay attention to the social media, the Instagrams, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you see everything? When you see the good and the bad, do you take all that stuff to heart? When you see something bad, just really terrible, you're oh, come on, really, man?
I don't.
And then when you see it good, you're oh, cool. They said something really neat.
I don't. I take it as constructive criticism. Mm-hmm. It's something we got to continue to work on. We're not perfect. We're never gonna. We're not gonna make everyone happy. But also know that I know that some people know what they want to see, and if we can give them what they want to see, then our brand continues to grow.
Right.
You know, and and I can't wait to see the feedback from the 4 overall. You know, with the different styles of shoe, different colors, and then we'll go from there from the 5, and we'll continue to try to keep progressing forward.
All right, cool. All right, thanks, Dwyane. Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it. Again, this is Juan at kicksonfire.com, and we were here with the Li-Ning Way of Wade 4. I said it right this time.
I like it. I'm used to hearing his voice. I ain't really never seen his face, so I'm used to hearing his voice on when I be surfing the YouTube and all that. So.